second spring has arrived here at the Dharma Wheel Hermitage. The boys are underneath what we are juniper is a locust tree because it's actually my favorite tree of all the doggies. And I wanted to give you just a brief description of what we want to try to accomplish this spring with our spring improvement appeal. So you can kind of see this walkway, which kind of organically developed.
Try to bear with it. It's a short video. I just want to show people what we're going to do to put the driveway in. I know.
I'm going to put lava rocks on either side of it. It's going to be fairly wide, but it's going to be a walkway, not a driveway. To the property, it's going to ingress into the property. It is going to be a driveway. So, but the driveway,
I really don't have any idea why it's doing this.
Between those two trees right there, where my finger is, when it refocuses. So right there, where the pathway, literally where it meets the road, we're going to go ahead and begin the driveway, actually like a vehicular driveway. And they will come in around this tree behind the sign. We are going to level off into a gravel parking pad.
I have no idea why my videos were so terrible today. Really terrible. In any case, what I was trying to show, besides the friskiness of the puppies, we probably lost our other viewer. Hi, Whitey Knight, by the way. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this computer is really reached the end of life, I think. I bought this for like $200 at Walmart like 2 years ago to start streaming and doing videos, and it's no longer able to do any of it really. And I have a gaming computer, but I need to raise like $50 or so to get it up and running. And I think I brought that with me. It's made it up here to the mountain, so hopefully sometime soon we can raise the funds to fix that computer. If you want to give a stream tip, that's what it'll go to, guys. I've never received a stream tip ever. So, yeah, there's links in the description if you want to give a stream tip, and I'll throw the link in a little bit. I don't really have a lot of content. I want to put in a driveway, and that's what I was trying to show down bottom today when I took the video on my phone, which it looks great on my phone, but did not stream. Try to raise the money for spring improvement. It's going to be pretty simple operation. We're going to raise a total of $2,000, and then the first 1,000 is going to go to pay to keep the Hermitage open for the whole season. Everything we need, all the bills, food, everything. And am I still dropping frames even though I'm talking? Bone, can you hear me? My voice should be steady now. Everything should be leveling out, I hope. Operation up here on Dharma Wheel Hermitage, so if you want to hang out with us, you gotta... I'm still breaking up. Well, maybe I lost my bandwidth. I didn't pay the Starlink bill. I suppose it's totally possible. Let me know if it continues. You're losing me. Yeah, well, I see that I'm dropping massive amounts of frames. I'm just not exactly sure why. Unless, like I said, unless I got throttled on my Starlink. Which I suppose is entirely possible. I could do a quick speed check, but that seems rather tedious to do during the middle of a stream. Yeah, I'm getting in 38 millisecond ping time. I'm getting terrible bandwidth. So, not exactly. Like I said, it could be the start. Maybe I just can't stream today. Frag it. Doing a second speed test. It's a little better, maybe. It's up on 8, guys. Wait and see if it levels out. What a drag. Well, it's Monday, so like that kind of falls in with my idea about Mondays. I'm not a terrible big fan of Mondays, so we'll see if it levels out a little bit. It seems to be going down some of the choppiness, but I have no idea. Like I could be throttled. I mean, I expected some kind of shoe to drop soon. They didn't tell me anything yet. They just keep sending me the bill, which I will pay by the by in a minute, but they haven't given me any warning. Just keep telling me that my card bounced. But that is really super low bandwidth for Starlink. I'm like shocked. I've never gotten bandwidth that low, so it could be that they decided to limit the account. Oh well. Is it? Really? Whitey Knight says it's working. Hi Whitey Knight, by the way. Nice to have you. There is a raffle for a free ebook, guys. But I don't know if we're going to get any viewers unless this levels out a little bit. To me, it still shows it's dropping more frames, not less. So we got like a Xavier Fox chiming in back there. I get a thumbs up from Lisa's, and I don't have anywhere to go or anything to do and lots of electricity to burn, so I mean I'm into hanging out. But yeah, so what we want to do is put in a driveway, guys. I don't know if maybe this will work now a little bit, but I'll explain why we're here tonight. But we're gonna put in a driveway, a parking lot, a walkway up to the main structures, and an RV campsite. And we're going to do it all on the cheap because I'm going to do all the labor live, like sort of on YouTube, maybe with better equipment than I've got right now. But see, this is my critic in the background here. Bone says it's good too as well. And so we're going to put it in the driveway, and we're going to do it on the cheap. We're going to do all with documented all here right here on YouTube, and we're going to do it just for the cost of. We got a spring appeal. The link is below, and I'll shoot the link right now in the chat. But so the spring appeal is for well, the first part of it, the first half, it's $2,000, and the first half is for the expenses of the Hermitage for the entire season, and then the second half, the second 1,000, will be for did it go? How come? Oh, there it is. Okay. And the second 1,000 will be for basically a wheelbarrow, a rake, a metal pipe, it's a treated metal pipe that goes across the front of the property to keep the drainage ditch open while we put the driveway over the top of it. And it's essential up here, especially like we are up until like today, we were pretty much underwater from the last several days of rain that we've had up here. So that's what that pipe goes in there for. And then a load of gravel, a dump truck load of gravel delivered. And we're going to have him, the parking pad's going to be down at the bottom of the property, so it's not going to be way up high. It's going to be very easy for the dump truck to sort of just back in, drop the load, and then it's all on me. I'm going to get a rake and a wheelbarrow and, get busy and rake it out and create a parking pad, an RV campsite, which that's going to actually, we're going to get a picnic table to go with that campsite. So there'll be a fire ring that I'll build by hand. Dig out a nice fire ring and put some lava rocks in a circle, and then also get a picnic table and paint it up for the so that RVs can come in and camp. And the parking pad will be big enough to accommodate a couple of cars or medium size, up to a medium size RV. And then there's going to be a walking path that will come from the parking pad up to the main structures about halfway up the property, because it's actually a fairly treacherous walk. There's a lot of lava rocks, a lot of protruding boulders and whatnot on the way up, so we're going to make that easier. And also I noticed that the sort of natural trail that's sort of embedded itself just from us walking up and down is really flooded out bad, so that will actually, having a nice gravel walkway will prevent that kind of flooding next year. It'll be easier to get up and down. It still says I'm dropping frames, but everybody says I'm good. So anyway, that's the plan. That's what I was trying to show in the video today. I guess I overshot that, and none of the video really that I took on the phone came out at all. So or wasn't usable, at least on this laptop. But that's the plan, guys. Welcome, by the way. Kind of a pop-up, crappy episode of Live from the Hermitage. I shouldn't say crappy. None of the episodes are crappy. You're all here, and that's wonderful to have you guys here tonight. Here in the Trinity Alps. It was a sunny day. That made us kind of, gave us a bit of a buzz. The dogs really enjoyed the day out there. We got some good electricity, harvested some good sun. But I gotta tell you, it is really soggy up here. The roads are still 100% impassable. They will be for a while, and yeah, and there's still standing water out here. We're a mess, to be honest with you. We'll be cleaning up for about a month from the rains that we ended the season with. So yeah, and I mean. We're looking forward though to leaning into spring, and we got something going on here in our little tiny town up here in the Trinity Alps. But apparently in our little bitty town at the bottom of the mountain, they're gonna open up, have a grand opening for a donut shop tomorrow, and that's probably about as exciting as a Macy's opening up in New York. I mean, it's about the equivalent scale-wise. I mean, it's a big deal for this town to be opening up a donut shop. And it sounds like great donuts. It sounds like a great place. So we're going to go buy some donuts, and maybe I'll shoot some pictures tomorrow or whatever of the donuts. They should be, I mean, if your donuts are ever going to be good, it's probably, if you hold a big giant grand opening with like announcements and everything, that's when maybe your donuts should be at their most excellent, don't you think? So I'm super hopeful for like some deliciousness tomorrow, and because the gravy train of the peanut butter cookies has come to an end, guys. It's very sad. It's very sad, but I'm not sporting any peanut butter cookies tonight. I'm sporting a bowl of cereal later on, and I didn't even queue up a decent break song or anything. I got last stream's break song, but so yeah, I guess this is a Monday stream and a loser of a stream. Whitey Knight, how you doing? What you got any you got any news? Got any good news? Tell us something. Tell us a story. It doesn't even have to be a true story. I'm still dropping frames like crazy, guys. Going to my end. I think I got throttled. I think Starlink has pulled my broadband privileges, baby. Yanked them out from underneath me. Like a red-headed stepchild. Oh, yeah, you too? Oh, me too. I'm off-grid and in a tent. And it snowed like crazy, and then rained like crazy, and then froze like crazy. And I went through propane like it was just nothing. I mean, it was crazy. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars that I could have easily spent on so many other things that I spent on one bottle after another. I feel you all the way around. This is my first winter off grid too. This is our first winter up here at the Hermitage. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, right? even with an RV, because there was that really big cold snap. That's why. Super bad cold snap. Well, dropping frames, throttled by Starlink, behind on my bills. Guys, give a donation. We need donations. Stream tips are down there in the description. I got the stream tips link. I've never gotten a stream tip yet. It does work, but nobody's ever given me anything on the stream tips. You'd be the first. You literally be the first person to give a tip. And then the spring appeal, especially if you can afford a larger donation, we'd like to start knocking that out to be able to get that driveway put in. That's our spring project, and then our summer project's going to be fencing. We're going to try to fence in at least the front and the back of the property, which will accomplish a huge lot. And that will be it for the year, really. That would be what we try to accomplish for the year. But by next fall, we're going to do something. I don't know what it's going to be, but maybe a tiny home, maybe a shed. I don't know, but it isn't going to be a tent. What? What? You might as well chime in. We're dropping frames. Your videos, guys, came out for crap. Your videos came... Why are you barking like that? No, seriously. Oh, I've heard of narrowboat people. I've heard of that. I've seen some YouTube videos about that kind of lifestyle. I've seen that. I know, I mean, just a little bit, just passing familiar. But I've seen stuff on YouTube about it. That's fascinating stuff. That's great. Fascinating stuff. Yeah, we're just here on the side of the mountain, but it's all completely rustic. We got no cellular bars at all. It's only for a cellular service I use T-Mobile, and so I do get text messaging by way of Starlink through my phone. Without any extra hardware or anything, so I get they call it T-Sat, and I get that, and so I can talk to my fam down at the bottom of the mountain or on their properties when they're back up here, and then Starlink, which apparently, like I said, I believe they must have throttled me because my bandwidth is just atrocious tonight, and there's zero reason for that. So other than the fact that I didn't pay my bill, so. I'm a good week or more late on my bill. So that could be their way of like telling me, hey buddy, you need to lock and load some money for us. So we need donations, guys. This is going to be my last live stream definitely for a minute if we don't get some. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. So they've given me just enough to maybe squeak a few more minutes of streaming out, but yeah, well, I mean, it's the time for Hermitages, I really think, in the West. I really do think that my idea is not unique to build this place, and this kind of thing these kind of projects are going to be on the ascendant. And what we're going to end up with is in like 4 or 5 years, if everybody pitches in and helps us build these places, is that we'll end up with a situation where we'll have accommodations for people, itinerant yogis and whatnot, poor working class Buddhists. Will be able to have accommodations for them all over, sort of, all over, because there'll be these places. And like I said, I'm not the only one working on one, and so yeah, I mean, I think it's worthwhile. I think there's a lot of merit that comes with helping us build this place. I'm not afraid to say that. I think it's very meritorious because I want to give this place, when we're done building it, I'm going to donate it to a Sangha. I don't know, I can't really even say for sure which one will be able to handle taking it, but we're going to give the property away when it's finished. I mean, I'm not even keeping it in my own private ownership. Just long enough to pay it off. It's a very small mortgage, and then build it out like that. Like I said, this spring we're going to start with the driveway and parking pad and work our way from there. But it's going to be a very easy build out because it's meant to be a very rustic place. It's meant to be a place where if you do come here, bring a tent. You're going to be tenting on the side of a mountain. That's how it's going to work. No, it really is. He lives on a narrowboat. I go just YouTube that up. Like search guys on YouTube, narrowboat videos, and you can see lots of folks in the UK. It's a very popular UK thing. And these boats are really cool. They're like basically little houses, um, and it's a great way to live, especially in like really. I guess it's kind of popular even in congested places like that. I wouldn't imagine like London and stuff like that, and whatnot. But I mean, I've seen some great videos of people in the UK doing it, and it seems wonderful lifestyle. Just an absolutely wonderful lifestyle. I would totally love that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of water, but I would still totally love it. I would just love the self-sufficiency of it, being free out on the water. Well, guys, I don't know what to say. I missed my videos up. They're not gonna play. I'm afraid to play a break song now, but I don't think it's gonna be a very long stream. But get into the raffle, Whitey Night. You might be the only one, and we'll still draw. It's for a free ebook. You can get a free copy of my book. Exclamation point raffle. Like I said, I got plenty of juice, and the camera works fine. The microphone works fine. The dogs work fine. Oh my god, I'm gonna crank the heat up. Hold on. Getting chilly. We can go surf YouTube and see if Rob's on. He oftentimes streams the same time I do. In fact, let's do that. Let's see if Rob's online. But then the stream's really going to crash if I start streaming somebody else, though. No, Miss Irene. She must not be able to do weekday streams. Sad Droopy Monday, everybody. My Monday is just kind of like any other day in the week, really. So, I mean, they're not really any different anymore. You get up in the morning, farm solar, take care of the dogs, pray I have dinner at night. You know what I mean? Yeah. In fact, let's put the food appeal out. I'd love to have somebody buy me this food. I want to do a video on some of this dehydrated food that I've got on this. I have an Amazon gift list, guys. If you do Amazon, so if you don't hate on me. But if you do Amazon, there's oops. Hold on, I got this. So that's the Amazon gift list for food. I really want to get like probably the black bucket, but it's a bucket of dehydrated meals. And I really want to try it out. It's a great way to get foodstuffs up here, especially for retreats. I want to start this year, start doing retreats up here myself retreating, like going offline and no videos, no nothing, and doing, just short retreats, just to kind of break the place in. And I just think that's a great way to do long retreats. And I'm down to just having to really bring water and a few fresh items in. But that would be the main foodstuffs for the Hermitage. And then also we have dog foods on there. A lot of people have been very generous to buy us some dog foods before. 3 hungry mouths now, guys. We got 3 up here. 2 rescue mutts from Mexico, and 1 that we rescued right here on the mountain, about a mile down the road. So, and he's like about 75 pounds now. We've had him for like 8 weeks. We've had him for 2 months, and he's 4 months old yesterday, and he's every bit of 75 pounds. I mean, he started out smaller than Xavi, and he's now like. Yeah, they do this for hours, guys. They go non-stop like that for hours. You all psyched for the donut shop tomorrow? Zen? I can't wait. Of course we'll go. We're not going to go for the ribbon cutting. I don't care about their silly ribbon. Besides, man, I don't want to run into all those cops. It's going to draw every cop for 100 miles. A donut shop opening up? Oh my god. Out here? There's like, that's literally the most important cop news and there has been in like, a decade, man. I mean, they're going to come from 100 miles around. We'll go later in the afternoon. Get some yummy donuts. Believe it or not, he's not dying over there, guys. I don't know. You can't even see him, really. There he is. There they are. That's what's actually going on, guys. Are they ridiculous or ridiculous? It's beyond ridiculous. Xander's had enough. He's just like, will you guys give it a rest? See, Xander's like, give it a rest, you knuckleheads. You've been doing this for days. I can't believe Xavier's going to be 10 years old, guys. My little chihuahua is going to be 10, supposedly. I don't know. I have to double check this by getting his birth certificate out. But his auntie's pretty accurate and trustworthy, and she says he's going to be 10 years old on April 1st. He's an April Fool's baby. And I'll tell you, man, for a 10-year-old chihuahua, he got a lot of spunk. I mean, he just jumps on that big old mountain mastiff, man, and he had no fear at all, man. I mean, he just dives right into the fray with him. And Bruno's doesn't really know his own size yet, so he'll toss him pretty hard. I mean, I worry sometimes, but Xavier just bounces back. It seems like he's okay with it. So, I mean, I guess I was worried at first when they first started doing this, but they've been doing it now forever. So they're obviously best buds forever. The dogs love the Hermitage. Whitey Night, I hope you do not feel lonely. I mean, our stream is sucking tonight. Just keep coming back. I stream, and I'm never going to give up. I'm going to keep creating content. I've got some problems up here right now with, crappy computer and unpaid bills, but just stick with it. And we're trying to build, a nice Sangha, online Sangha of people, who don't sweat the small stuff. Don't worry about no paywalls. Everything should be free, really. I mean, in life. And that's why I'm building this Hermitage. Literally built by poor people for poor people. I mean, that's pretty much it. Just for regular folks like us. So keep coming around. And also, guys, we got a Discord. Let's put the Discord link in now. While we still got somebody around. Join the Discord, guys. Anybody who watches this on the replay, please join the Discord as well. And it's called Buddha's Outcasts, and a more appropriate name I don't think there ever was for any group of people. We've kind of been shown the door for we're the group that's been shown the door from other more strict sanghas around on the internet, and when you're done and you get shown the door for a few of them, then you end up at the Buddhist Outcast server, and then you're home like nobody cares, there, so just don't be mean. That's the key thing, even trolling, light trolling, as long as it's all in good fun, but just don't be mean. It's kind of really the general rule of the Discord server. And so we're going to try to build that out as well, keep doing these streams. And then I have social media, guys. I do a great feed over at X and Blue Sky and Mastodon. I have great feeds on all three of those. My TikTok feed, I'm still warming to TikTok. I don't know. I got a TikTok link. You can see it in the I think even the video descriptions have them in it, but definitely the channel description has all my socials. But definitely do the Discord, guys. Join the Discord. and we'll just keep working together to build something out and build something nice together, both here in person, like this place, and then online. And if worse comes to worse, if we can't find a Sangha to give this place to so that we can keep it for Buddhists forever, then I will we'll start our own nonprofit. You know what I mean? We can file the paperwork ourselves, and we'll just do it that way. So, however it works out, that we're trying to build something both online and offline that's sort of built to last, and going to be around for a minute. So, I did 2 really great episodes before this, guys. So if you look on the podcast tab for this show, you can see all of these shows are archived under the podcast tab of the YouTube channel. So the last 2 before this one were great episodes. Skip free too. I don't know why I skipped so bad and had, like I said, unless I'm not skipping now. I'm not dropping frames now, so that's cool. But then I lost all my viewers too, except maybe Whitey Knight. But we're glad to have you, Whitey Knight. We're building it one person at a time. We have Ms. Irene, who she's very honored guest. She's gonna have to get a shield. We're gonna have to make her a moderator just so she's got a fancy shield. But she is literally the first person who ever tuned into my streams ever, and she's been tuning in ever since. When there were many streams when she was literally my only viewer. And back in the beginning, when we were still living underneath a holly tree, we were homeless and living out of a little wagon underneath a holly tree down in the Bay Area. And Miss Irene was tuning into me streaming under the tree and having fun with the dogs and stuff. And we would laugh about my technical difficulties even then, but we keep working and try to overcome them. You know what I mean? That's the goal. I mean, right? And I mean, one of the things that I think is just there's beginning to become an understanding here in the West more about Buddhism, and Buddhism places different emphasis on different things than other people and cultures, like especially here in the West, where there's this big work ethic here in the West, for instance, capitalism, right? And so everybody's supposed to produce something, right? And so when you come along with something like Buddhism, where Buddha literally says the exact opposite, no, if you really want to find enlightenment, you need to give up everything and become homeless and go live in the woods by the edge of a village, and you go in the village during the day and you ask for alms, and then you make your way back out to the forest again and you meditate and go to sleep, rinse and repeat. And this is the kind, and then the lay people are, they're instructed and trained to basically, you're going to have to deal with him. I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to learn to beat him up. And the lay people, their part in all of this was definitely to earn merit by supporting the hermits and the monastics, and that's how they earned merit. That's how they found their way to the Pure Land and into an auspicious reincarnation in the next life, is by lifting up the hermits and the monastics and the yogis, who were living either in the streets or in the forests. And so that whole Buddhist culture, where poverty is sort of enshrined as the main path to enlightenment, is very, very different than, say, like poverty in the West, in like the Christian culture, where it's considered like a very negative thing to be poor. I mean, I guess Francis of Assisi, he tried to make being poor and living in the streets cool, but then the Pope told him to take a bath or he was going to lose all his monasteries, right? So he took a bath, they put on shoes, and now the Franciscans just aren't really what they began as, right? I mean, because Francis literally began as a counter-revolutionary living in the streets of Assisi in Italy, with filthy. They were filthy. When they first met the Pope and he kissed his feet, they walked into the Vatican chapel just filthy, right? And so basically they the Pope let them continue as an order even while Francis was alive, but the church cleaned them up, so to speak, right? But but in the East, the street yogis and the yogis that are living up in the caves and in the forests and the mountains, they didn't get that didn't get washed out of that culture, right? So what we're doing is transplanting like a whole different way of looking at poverty and looking at living light, living off the land, living with only the most basic needs met, that sort of thing, that sort of lifestyle. From being a negative thing to being a positive thing, and wanting to actually build facilities where people can go do that. I mean, to actually, like I said, start building out for that. Um, oh, that's a wild story. Look at that wild story. I was actually introducing. I'm going to read his post right out, guys, into the stream. We're not dropping any frames now. We're doing great. Maybe I'll have to replay the videos, but I don't know if they'll go. We'll try a break song, though, definitely. He says, I was actually introduced to Buddhism through being homeless at 18. I just went into meditation centers for warm shelter, but ended up agreeing with the teachings. So, well, that's wonderful. That's a fine way to, get introduced. I was homeless a lot in my life. In the last 40 years, I've spent decades homeless, and it never dawned on me to sneak into a meditation center to get warm. But I definitely would have done it. I mean, I've been a Buddhist for 15 years, so I mean, just in the last 15 years, I would have done that if it would have dawned on me or occurred to me. But that's great. That's a great story. It's a wonderful story, Whitey Night. Yeah, and so that's what this place is about, and I want to get it as big as I can. There's a piece of property next door that we want to try to buy, if we can just start improving this property and paying for it, and we want to try to make it even bigger. And the idea is just that this is a place where in, renounced yogis who don't have any money but are nevertheless very advanced practitioners, or struggling practitioners who are working class or poor, working poor, who can't afford, $100 a night at Land of Medicine Buddha. Oh, did that name just slip out? I'm sorry, but they are very expensive, right? It's like $100 a night, right, to get a pool and a spa. Well, I don't want to go meditate with a pool and a spa. I'm fine with this hermitage right here with the rocks and the trees. Just give me a flat place to sit and put my meditation cushion, and I'm good, right? I don't need the spa or the pool, and I think that you can run a place like this and have it be free for anybody who wants it to be free. I mean, if somebody's got it, they can donate, right? There's always ways to donate. We'll give you ways to donate if you come here to visit. If you pull up in a fifth wheel Winnebago brand new, you can bet we're going to make you donate. But we'll still give you a place to park and do your meditations, right? So, but I mean, for the rest of us who don't have fifth wheel Winnebagos at our disposal, it will be, just on gratis. And I want to do like what Lama Choger has done, where I want to invite people to come for labor too. You could come here and trade your labor. So you could spend like 4 hours a day working with me, building the place out, and then 4 hours a day, it would be your own time meditating, doing whatever you want on the property, and at night as well. Provide some coffee, some breakfast, and a nice fire at night, and you come and help us work and do a little bit of work, a little bit of meditation, and help build the Hermitage. So. That is I'm going to read his other. He just posted again, guys. This is really great. I'm going to read this into the record. He said, yeah, it had free meditation courses and food for everyone. Love that part. So I didn't say I was homeless. I would just turn up. But I learned mindfulness and meditation, and then I started to study Buddhism. What a great story. That's one of the most interesting stories I think I've heard in quite a while in my chats or my streaming. I made it worth. A bungled stream tonight. Thanks, man. Thanks, Whitey Night, for that. That's encouraging, because this is exactly what I'm trying to do: is reach people exactly like you, and bring them in. And if we all band together, the cathedrals, the great cathedrals in Europe that were built during the High Middle Ages, they were not built with the donation of billionaires. They were built by the pennies of paupers who put those giant places up. you know. And so if enough poor people get together and they donate their little pennies, you know, we can build. We're not even trying to build a cathedral up here. I'm just trying to get a driveway put in, guys. I'm literally trying to raise $2,000, man. That's like nothing. I think we can do it. And then, you know, I mean, this place is a cheap date all the way around. I mean, I think I only got like $4,700 left on the note for the whole property. I mean, I only paid $5,000, guys, for this entire piece of property. And it's gorgeous. You know, gorgeous junipers all over it. I mean, just lots of potential for building and whatnot. It's a great property. It's very magical. It's definitely... It was a keeper from day one, the minute we walked onto it. Because, of course, I bought it sight unseen. But I knew, I had some idea what I was getting into. And then we got through the winter. I'm not going to say the winter wasn't a challenge. Sitting here in a tent during a blizzard is not something fun. Xavier the Gremlin, right, he's just nonstop. They're just nonstop. And it's hysterical because they're, like, just so polar. Like, I mean, right? I mean, it's the smallest dog that we have in the pack. And the biggest dog, right? So, I mean, it's just ridiculous. They're just totally ridiculous. There's my fire, guys, for the fireside chat. See, it's officially a Dharma bum fireside chat because my batteries are charged. And when the candle batteries finish, I'll do those. I'm gonna take a break and make sure they don't have to pee. Because usually after a lot of playing like that, they need to pee. This is last stream's break song, guys. Sorry about that. I did not get my shit together today. So, and I don't even know if it's really going to go. But let's hope for the best. We haven't dropped any frames in like a half an hour or so. Love you guys. I'll be back at the end of the break. We'll hang out some more. Whitey Knight, man, great story. Stick around. Don't go anywhere, man. You are in the right place. Yeah, exactly the kind of person we need involved in all of this. Yeah, well, this is Northern California, and we're in the Trinity Alps, like this. So it's kind of a stretch of mountainous ranges, right? And we're not at really high altitude. So we didn't get it that bad. I think the worst one was about 6 inches. It could be worse than that. But the thing is, in a tent, guys, you just got to understand, we can't be in the tent next year. We're not going to be. We're going to make sure that we get out of the tent by next year. This was just a homesteading thing to get us on the land and get us set up. But it definitely, yeah, it snows up here. Yeah, and then as soon as the snow stopped, it started pouring rain. And now we are just soggy. We are soggy in places I didn't even know I had places, guys. Not to offend. Don't tune out. Stay tuned, guys. I'll stream. Like I said, I got the juice and we got some friends to talk to, so we'll keep streaming. But I'm gonna run a break song and let the boys out, and maybe I think I might grab a bowl of cereal. I'm really hungry. I hate to eat in front of you guys, but I'm starving. Love you guys. Enjoy the song, I hope.
Beside the monks on dusty roads beneath the sky, a little heart upon his head, a gentle gift no gold can buy. From Kolkata's tender lanes to America's wide open breeze, he carries love in every step, a tiny pilgrim spreading peace. Aloka, the heart that walks for peace, a saffron glow in fur so sweet. Wherever he goes, compassion grows. Aloka walks and love flows free. Aloka, little monk of light, guide us all through day and night. Your gentle heart for all to see. Aloka walks for you and me. 112 days across India, you walked with monks through sun and rain. Now from Texas to Washington, 120 days again. His saffron coat like Buddha's robe, a symbol born from nature's art. But the truest robe he ever wears is the kindness shining from his heart. Aloka, the heart that walks for peace, a saffron glowing fur so sweet. Wherever he goes, compassion grows. Aloka walks and love flows free. Aloka, little monk of light, guide us all through day and night. Your gentle heart for all to see. Aloka walks for you and me. Look closely there upon his brow, a perfect heart so pure, so mild, as if the world itself declared, here walks love in the shape of a child. He teaches without any word, he leads without a single sound, just walking softly, step by step, placing peace upon the ground. Aloka, the heart that walks for peace, a saffron glowing fur so sweet. Wherever he goes, compassion grows. Aloka walks and love flows free. Aloka, little monk of light, guide us all through day and night. From Kolkata to the land of dreams, Aloka walks for you and me. Aloka, our little heart, may your journey never cease. Where your paws touch the earth, may the world be blessed with peace.
Well, I want to make clear, Whitey Knight, we're at elevation, but I lived all over California, and you are right in one sense. The sun here is very strong. It's got a strength to it that is unusual. Of all the places I've been all over the country, and it's a very strong sun. And like all your clothes bleaches out like within a week after summer really gets going, gets cranking in the summertime, and we generate tons of power. The solar is a very easy thing most of the time, and also there's an inordinate number of sunny days. So yeah, we had snow and we had rain, during the sort of traditional sort of winter months, right? But we're going to have 8 months where the sun's going to come up, the sun's going to go down, and it's just going to eventually scorch. It'd be quite warm up here. So it's different. It's still uniquely California in that sense, right? It's just that we're at elevation, so we're going to get the snow and the cold, and spring will take a little bit longer to get rolling, but not much longer. I predict by Xavier's birthday on April 1st, spring will be well underway. We'll have some beautiful pictures. We're going to throw a big party for my boy. He's going to be 10 years old. You know what I mean? You don't get 10 years old every day, so it's going to be huge. He doesn't seem like he's 10 years old. He acts like he's 2. But we should calm down a little bit. Yeah, we have solar here and it works great. And that's why, like when I did my solar show and I talked about that, you can't take our example here for what you can do with solar everywhere. We are uniquely privileged to be able to make solar work and work really well. Like even today, It was a partly cloudy day. We're still not even close to fully into getting the angle of our sun back, getting it back up to a higher angle. But nevertheless, I mean, I got full packs. I got all the power I need to. I mean, if I wanted to, I can stream all night long. And just off the sun. Right now, we're surviving 100% off the sun. But I have decided to go with gasoline backup. The winter, the weather was just too much to go through without having internet and having lights. So I think we're gonna get a backup generator, tiny little one from Harbor Freight, $99, and just keep it in the shed. And then when we have inclement weather where we can't generate the solar, I do want to have a backup because it gets pretty lonely up here on this mountain and we're cut off. We have no roads now for at least I know some weeks before our roads are back to where they're passable. So we actually have to walk everything in and out and stuff, and it's quite something. But I love my solar stuff. Every morning I get up there, get those panels out there, get the power packs out, and farm it. I move the panels all around during the day to keep them lined up as perfectly as I can with the sun, and get the best, most optimum sort of output. I was starving Marvin, guys. Sorry to eat on the stream. For those who are wondering, it's Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Rice Krispies or whatever. Cocoa Krispies. Little rice cocoa puffy things. Probably not the best food in the world for you, but chocolate Krispies. There we go. Chocolate Krispies, yeah. They're absolutely delicious. I'm probably gonna just graze on them tonight. I'm getting the sugar thing going on, so for the donuts tomorrow. I can't wait to see this new place. I think it's great that Alturas has a new business opening up. I mean, that's a very hopeful sign. It's a very small town. I think they need a donut shop too. Where do all these cops go? The gas station? They got like brownies there and stuff. I mean, it's gross, man. I mean, there's not that many cops here in this town, but they got to go somewhere. You know what I miss, guys? And they closed them all down because they became politically incorrect. Krispy Kremes. Oh my God. Now that was a sinful donut. That was sinful. They were literally so good and so completely made out of pure sugar that yeah. And they had this whole tradition, right? They were famous for it. If the Krispy Kreme sign was on, like it glowed red, right? The Krispy Kreme signs had this red like neon interior to them. And so if they turned on the Krispy Kreme sign day or night, it meant that you could come in and the baker would literally fish a donut straight out of the assembly line because you could watch. You could watch them making the donuts. The Krispy Kremes are famous for, they would glass in, and kids would come with just plastered their faces against the glass and watch the guy making all the donuts, right? And so when the light was on, you could come in and you could watch the baker guy, fish a donut out of the assembly line. So it's literally as fresh as you can possibly get, and put it on a paper and hand it to you for free while the sign was on. Sacramento has one? Oh wow, that's cool. So they are absolutely the most amazing, and they actually had one in the mall. In what was that cartel city we stayed in, Zen? What the hell was the name of that place? The cartel city where we rented the garage. They had one there in the mall in Mexico. They had a Walmart and they had a Krispy Kreme. And they had another Krispy Kreme in that town too, as well, because this was just a kiosk. They brought the donuts from the main Krispy Kreme. But I didn't. Seeing one in Mexico, that was like wild. I was like, wow. Celaya, that's it. Celaya, oh my God. Celaya was a great town, guys. We went there for cheap rent. It was a big mistake, right? And so, right, because at one end of the city was the government police airport, and at the other end of the city was the cartel airport. And so you can imagine what's going on everywhere in between those two airports, right? It's just like, yeah, man, just stay indoors when you hear the gunshots. You know, it's all good. Yep. Some exciting times down there in Mexico. That's where my doggies come from, my two Mexican mutts. Learn how to survive down there. They got survival in their genes. They're Mexican doggies. Oh my God. That's why Xavier's not afraid of the Mastiff. He's like, Mastiff? I don't care about no Mastiff. Jumps right on him like he owns him. Yeah, I feel so guilty about eating that in front of you guys. So sorry. I really am. But I was really super hungry. I believe I'll be doing another one after the show. Uh-oh. Oh, I can put my candle back on. Oh. The open flame is a bad idea up here, guys, because I live in a tent. So, like, everything's electronic. I'll never forget the first time Mama Choga saw my little fireplace, guys, right over here. And he thought it was like a real fireplace. He goes, it's so tiny. He goes, how do you get the smoke out? How do you vent the smoke? And I was like, yeah, but it's not real, actually. Oh. Runs off 3 AA batteries. Makes a nice little flame, though. Looks realistic. Looks like I got a little fire going. But next week, guys, next Saturday, that's one of the things I wanted to say in the video, but the video didn't work out so good at the beginning of the stream. But next Saturday, I'm going to, I might do a fire, an outdoor fire. That was greatly successful the first couple of times we did it at the beginning, and when we first got here on the property, we did some fireside, real actual fireside chats outside by the fire ring, and so I think we'll do that again, like as soon as this Saturday, weather permitting and power permitting and everything, and that'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Well, we did quite the crew forming up here, guys. Anybody else out there working want to say hi? Don't be shy. These pop-up streams, I guess, I don't know. What do you think, sis? We're not drawing a lot of audience on these pop-up streams. Is it that people can only listen on Saturday? Really? I mean, was Monday that great that they got something better to do than tune in? It's a darn shame. Well, we'll post pictures tomorrow, guys, on my social media feeds of the donuts. Maybe I'll do a pop-up stream from the donut place. I can stream from my phone, too, down in town, so who knows? Maybe I'll do a quick stream from the from the donut shop. Yeah, probably, right? Because people got time to sit around and hang out with us. Oh, it's 2 a.m. Of course, in the UK, right? Of course. Hell, it'll be tomorrow. It's tomorrow. You're actually, it's already like, what? It's the 3rd there. It's 2 a.m. the 3rd. That's weird, right? You're in tomorrow, dude. It's like we're talking through a time tunnel. Like we're speaking through a wormhole. Hello, past. Hello, past. What's the lottery number? Can you, Lady Night, send us the lottery number from yesterday? Something like that. Or maybe we'll give you the lottery number, right? And you play it. Because we're in the future. We're your future. No, you're our future. So, you got to send us the lottery number. I got it right. Send us the lottery number, Lady Night. We need to know the California lottery number, the megabucks. Send it to us from tomorrow. He's in tomorrow, Zan. He's literally in tomorrow. He's in tomorrow. Send us the lottery number from tomorrow, dude. Through the YouTube vortex wormhole. We'll play that bad puppy and we'll split it with you. Word. You got a word. Thanks for you being here with us, Bone. And Zen, my fam. They always tune in. Thank goodness I'd be all alone up here. I don't know what happened to the dogs. They passed out from like continuous, activity for like 8 hours straight. And now they're like in a coma. That works for me. What, sleeping dogs lie, isn't that what they say? Well, you know what? I think we gotta have Lighty Night on the show sometime to talk about his longboat. You got pictures, dude? You can take some pictures of your longboat and show us. We'll bring you on some week. Stay in the present moment. I have my only trouble to date, right now at this moment, Lighty Night, in staying in the present moment. And I'll tell you, I'll be absolutely honest with you. And I'm having a big problem staying in the present moment at this time, and I'll tell you why. It's about that donut shop opening up tomorrow, dude. I'm really stuck on that. I'm stuck in the future on a big chocolate ring donut. Nice and still maybe a little bit warm. Yeah. I've been on the mountain a long time, guys. I have not been off the mountain in weeks. I don't even know when the last time I went off the mountain is. So, my big problem is that grand opening of that donut shop tomorrow that I know I'm going to. And it's really hard to stay in the moment. And it's really hard not to be attached to that donut that I know I'm going to buy tomorrow. Yeah, donuts are big time attachment. But you know what, Whitey Knight? They're nothing. They're nothing compared to Zen's peanut butter cookies. If you can convince her to send you a bag, they're worth like, I swear, like paying $25 each for a bag of them. But she makes the best peanut butter cookies in the world. Like literally just, there's no contest. I mean, these could be like a world famous brand of peanut butter cookies. So if you can bribe her to send you a bag, that's what we should raffle. We should raffle peanut butter cookies. Oh my god, can we send those through the mail? I bet we can. That's legal. Oh, we should raffle Zen's peanut butter cookies. People would tune in then. Especially once the first bag went out the door. People would be making their own YouTube videos about eating them. They'd be like, oh my god. No, really, they're heavenly. I'm not even exaggerating. Uh-oh. I got text message from the co-producers coming in here. I didn't say he was male. Did I call him male? I didn't call Whitey Knight male. I don't know if he's male or female. Why are you giving me the eye roll? What kind of donuts you think they're gonna have tomorrow, Zen? They're gonna be chocolate ones. You know what I would like to see? French cruller. Oh my God, people out here don't even know what a French cruller even is. And you know what? Whitey Knight might not know what they are either. Whitey Knight is male, so maybe I called him male, but I got it right by accident. Whitey Knight, do you know what a French cruller is? It's a donut. It's a kind of donut. And I mean, a true French cruller is like, it's just heavenly. It's like this really eggy, fluffy, fried, swirly, inner circle thingy dipped in ice. Oh my God. How do you even describe a French cruller? And they're just heavenly to eat. And they're so hard to find. I mean, outside of New England, you can't find a French cruller anywhere. Boston cream would be nice. Nobody does them right. They don't put the cream in around here. I mean, you buy like thing that you think is a Boston cream donut around here, and it's just a round disc with like chocolate on it. Like, you keep biting and biting, waiting for the cream to hit, and like it just never happens for you. I mean, I actually thought that I had a defective donut at one point. The first time I did it, I was like, no, this is broken. Right? French crullers are the best, man. They are the best. My favorite, hands down my favorite thing. I think the last one I ever had was probably at Dunkin' Donuts. And I haven't been to a Dunkin' Donuts in decades. So, they're just so hard to find them anywhere. You used to be able to get them at Krispy Kreme, Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know. A lot of places just never, a lot of people never even just heard of them. Right? Right? Well, we'll see what these people do, though, because they might be more cosmopolitan in their vision of donuts, though. So, right, because this is a grand opening of a new donut shop that we're talking about, guys, in our tiny little town, which is like literally you can traverse this town on a bicycle in 10 minutes. Okay, this is how big our town is. And they're opening up a donut shop, which is like the equivalent of opening up a Macy's in New York City or something. Seriously, it's a big, big deal, right? And so we're talking about the donuts that we're already attached to, clearly, right? And like can't wait to get our hands on. Tinned peas cold for some reason. Well, that's very different from a donut, yeah. I like lentils, and I have a recipe for lentil cheeseburgers. I'm not even kidding. And it takes about a day to get this stuff ready. But it mashes up into patties that have this like the shape of a burger patty, and then you actually cook them on the grill. When you're done, you like mash them up in your hands, you know what I mean, and then slap them on the grill. But it's all lentil. And then if you're not completely against, like if you're not against dairy, you can slap a piece of cheese on there and do like a lentil cheeseburger. But they taste so good, dude. Honest to God, the way I make them. Yeah, cans are called tins over there. Chips are called crisps. French fries are called chips. I got it all down pat. I got Translate UK for you. So when they're talking about fish and chips, you got to remember it's not like potato chips, okay? It's going to be potatoes. He loves canned peas. What can you tell? What can you tell the man? Somebody's going to love canned peas because they make a lot of canned peas. So somebody's going to be eating them things. I know it ain't me, but somebody eats all the peas in the world because they seem to produce an awful lot of peas in this world. So I'm glad he likes them. Otherwise, the pea industry would have nobody. You see, when you have a completely bork stream, like mine was, thank you guys for tuning in, by the way. Say hi if you're working in the chat. Get into the raffle, exclamation point raffle. But when you have a completely borked stream like mine was, my whole plan went down the toilet within 10 minutes for this whole stream. And now you can just let your hair down because you have no plan. You're like flying free. It's like, you know what I mean? Completely without a net, right? Live streaming without a net, guys. I'm making some crisps, potato chips right now. Oh, how cool. That sounds delicious. I love homemade stuff, especially potato chips. Don't worry, Zen. Don't worry about the peas. Focus on the donuts. We just gotta make it through the night. I'm literally counting the hours until that place opens up tomorrow. I mean, if I had a way to get there, I probably would go to the ribbon cutting. They probably give away free ones when they cut the ribbon. That's the thing. If we don't go for the ribbon cutting, we're gonna miss the free donuts. I think you should make Brent come up here at like 4 in the morning. We'll go stand in line and get it. Bone's like, no. Well, the Tibetan monks live in Scotland. Yeah, Sami Ling, right? In fact, Lama Choga trained there. But I think a monk's walk can happen anywhere, really. And it has. The thing that I was, one of the things that they came out with a lot of disclaimers after this thing was over, but one of the things they made a point of saying on multiple channels was this was not the first peace walk by these men, and this was not the first peace walk by monks. There have been numerous ones. In fact, the first one that they can trace to goes back quite a number of years, but it was a single Theravada monk who walked across the state and did so with zero fanfare whatsoever. And of course, when they went across India, they had almost no fanfare at all. I mean, the local villages kind of came out every once in a while, but they, for the most part, slept on the side of the road. There were no big crowds. Certainly no national cathedral at the end of their walk. When they were done, they just kind of got on a plane and came home. So, I mean, I think that America reacted. One of the reasons why I want to write my book about this is I don't want to talk about so much, their story and whatnot, but it's how it affected America, how America reacted to this. I think that's what's really telling and what's really, really unique. Should you be worried about me? Why, am I going crazy? For the donuts? He's afraid I'm going to hike down the mountain like in the shivering cold? Gotta have the donuts. Gotta have the donuts. Gotta get down the mountain to get the donuts. No, I'll be fine. My fantasies of my donuts will get me through. I should meditate and try to lose my attachment for the donuts. That's what I should do. I'll think about it. I consider that as an option. But as attachments go, and considering how hard life up here is, looking forward to a nice fresh donut is not the worst thing. I mean, guys, I have mud in places I didn't know I had places. Like, seriously, it is so muddy up here. No worries, my sis. Every little thing gonna be alright. Hey guys, if you're watching this on the replay or even now live, if you're working, whatever, please consider our spring improvement appeal. The link's in the description. Really want to get working when the weather turns, which is going to be this week. And we want to get that driveway and that parking pad and that walkway finished, and then in the summer we're going to move on to something else. We're going to do fencing actually this summer. Try to fence the back and the front. I don't know if worrying will do any good about anything. I think that we are beyond worry, especially when you're homesteading up here like this. You're really flying by the seat of your pants, all three of us. I think we're beyond worry. We're beyond even the oh shit stage. We're beyond all of that. We're well into the zone of like, just kiss your ass goodbye. Hey, we'll be fine. It's going to be fine. I don't think it can possibly rain any more than it has. There was a point where, honest to goodness, guys, I thought we were going to wash right off the side of the mountain. It just rain and rain and rain and rain, and I was like, wow. And you never seen how angry a Chihuahua gets, because Chihuahuas do not like to pee in the rain. I'm serious. And he will get really grumpy before you can force him out to like take a whiz outdoors. I can bake some stuff if I want to. I've got cornbread, I think. My brother Bone brought something up here for me. Where is it? I could bake these later on if I wanted to. Cornbread muffin mix. Well, this just sounds yummy, actually. Cornbread muffins, guys. What do you think? Should I try to bake them after the show? That could be tragic if it comes out bad, but it could be yummy. I think I'm going to try the cornbread muffins Lisa's in. Wish me luck. I'll try to send pictures down to the bottom. It's not going to be in muffin tins, though. I don't have a muffin pan. I don't think. So it's going to be cornbread muffin cake. But that'll be yummy. Yeah, Whitey Night, I'm 100% with you. I spent the last 4 decades, more or less, homeless. Certainly itinerant. No, I don't think so, Zed. I think it's all inclusive. Combine 8 ounces of mix with 1/2 cup of water and mix until smooth. Placed into a greased pan or little muffin cups. Bake at 375 for 20 minutes. If I don't run out of propane, that'd be the only thing. But if I get through the 20-minute bake. Thank you, bot, for advertising the raffle. Yeah. And then I'm going to eat the entire pan for dinner. Because dessert is a meal. Just like I did last week with the peanut butter cookies. Who says it's not a meal? If you eat enough of them, it's a meal. That's simple. Alright, guys. Well, my content was borked, but it was supposed to be about how we're going to put in a driveway. I'll have to do the videos again and put up some kind of other stream about the driveway. But please support it, guys. We're going to have a really nice driveway and parking lot. We'll be able to put at least a couple of cars in here. And it's important. I mean, if we're going to try to do retreats, like Lama Choga wanted to do a retreat down in here at some point, and it's important. I mean, we have to have a place to drop people off, a way for cars to get in here, and right now that doesn't exist. It's an empty piece of land. We have to do that, and I'm willing to do all the work. I just need the dump truck load of gravel, wheelbarrow, the metal pipe, And we need to pay the bills because it's going to take the better part of a spring for me to rake that out and get it done. I'll document it all here on YouTube, so please do consider the spring appeal. Like and subscribe to the channel, especially you, Whitey Knight. I hope you're subscribed up, become a part of it. Join the Discord. If you need the link shot again, let me know for the Discord server. Please join it. And I'm going to try to stream as much as I can, guys. I don't know. I got to figure some things out with these computers and stuff. If I can get a stream tip or something like that, I can get the other game computer that I have a gaming laptop. It's an old gamer, but it will work real nice for what I want to do for streaming. And I just need to get about $50 worth of stuff to get it running. So that would be a good stream tip if you care to. Peace, everybody. Yeah, I got a closing song, but it's from the last stream as well. But Whitey Knight wasn't here, so it'll be new for him. But I didn't even get new songs, guys. I stream failed this week, this Monday, but that's okay. The last 2 episodes before this are really hot, guys. So watch them on the podcast list over at the channel. I put out 2 other pop-up streams last week, and they came out really good. Great episodes. So check those out. And I'll just keep trying. I'll come back with a stream probably, maybe even as soon as tomorrow, guys. I got to show you some of the donuts, maybe. If one of them can manage to survive until it gets up here to the Hermitage and I do a stream, I'll show you one of the infamous donuts from the grand opening of the new local donut shop. A huge big deal here in our local town. Alright, so let's give him the blessing. My dogs are passed out, so I guess it's up to me. May everything be auspicious. May everything go well, and may you be happy, and may all sentient beings be happy and know happiness. And we'll see you on the next stream, guys.
From Fort Worth to Washington, D.C., a 120-day, 300-mile journey of peace. Buddhist monks walking across America with their loyal dog Aloka by their side, spreading loving kindness, compassion, and hope for the whole world. Step by step beneath the sky, we walk with hope, you and I. Let the anger fade away, let compassion lead our way. Every heart can learn to heal, every wound can slowly seal. In this world of joy and grief, we rise again and walk for peace. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk through day and walk through night. Hand in hand the world will see, peace begins with you and me. Walk for truth, walk for love, guided by the stars above. Let all hatred finally cease, come with me, let's walk for peace. Across the land from sea to sea, a message carried peacefully. A 120-day walk so wide, 2,300 miles they stride. Buddhist monks with hearts so pure, Aloka walking strong and sure. Step by step their prayers increase, calling all to walk for peace. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk through day and walk through night. Hand in hand the world will see, peace begins with you and me. Walk for truth, walk for love, guided by the stars above. Let all hatred finally cease, come with me, let's valleys over mountains. Let our gentle courage rise. Peace is born in every moment when compassion fills our eyes. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk with courage shining bright. Every breath a prayer release for a world that walks in peace. Walk for hope, walk for love, blessed by wisdom from above. Let all sorrow find release. Come with me. Let's walk for peace. Come with me. Let's walk for peace.